Good evening. It's nice to be back in the FolkOClock studio. Although last time I was at Joe's, now I'm at John's, and it's a wonderful place. I'm going to do a song by Cat Stevens. It's based around a gardener's daughter, and it has a theme to the evening for me because they're both my songs will be garden based. A gardener's daughter stopped me on my way on the day I was to wed. It is you who I wish to share my body with, she said. We'll find a dry place under the sky with a flower for our bed. For my joy, I will give you a boy with a moon and star on his head. Her silver hair float in the air, laying waves across the sun. And her hands were like the white sands, and her eyes had diamonds on. We left the road and we headed up to the top of the Whisper Wood. And we walked till we came to where the holy magnolia stood. And there we lay, cool in the shade, singing songs and making love, with the naked earth beneath us and the universe above. La 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 la. The time was late, my wedding wouldn't wait. I was sad, but I had to go. So while she was asleep, I kissed her cheek for cheerio. The wedding took place and people came from many miles around. And there was plenty merriment and cider and wine abound. And out of all that I recall, I remember the girl I met. For she had given me something that my heart would not forget. A year had passed and everything was just as it was the year before. Until the gift that someone left a basket by my door. And in there lay the fairest little baby crying to be fed. I got down on my knees and kissed the moon and star on his head. Years went by, the boy grew high, and the village looked on with awe. For they'd never seen anything like this boy with a moon and star before. And people would ride from
far and wide just to seek the word he spread. I'll tell you everything I've learned, and love was all he said. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Whoa. Thank you, thank you. So, to follow on the gardening theme, some years ago, I paid a visit to the Lost Gardens of Heligun in Cornwall, and while I was down there, I felt inspired to write something about the place, having heard the story about the gardeners that went off to the First World War and didn't come back, and it became a poem. The words became a poem, and then I decided to try to put it to music, and this is the result, and it's called The Lost Gardeners.
And they fought in the war, but they never came back home. They fought for their country, and a man sat on a throne. They did as the betters told them, and ran towards the guns. Through iron shrapnel splinters, smoke darkening their sun. Back at home before this nightmare, they had planted, they had grown a garden for a rich man, an Eden for his home. They did not deserve this ending, it was not their wish to kill the other men who faced them, who were just beyond the hill. They went to fight, they went to die, they did not know the reasons why. All were heroes and all good men, but they never would come back again. When news of war had reached them, they joined up to a man to take the king's bright shilling. Towards the guns they ran. They sailed across the English Channel and landed on French soil. The ground they left behind them lay barren without toil. The garden they had tended, now left all on its own. Soon nature would claim it, oh, an Eden overgrown. And the men who had created life now were forced to kill it dead. The ground beneath their running feet was stained with blood so red. They went to fight, they went to die, they did not know the reasons why. All were heroes and all good men, but they never would come back again. trenches they had dug at home, they're in their seeds to grow. Now trenches are their homes in France, they lay there row by row. And the garden they had tended, it was found and it lives again. But the men who went to fight in France stayed there and still remain. They went to fight, they went to die, they did not know the reasons why. All were heroes and all good men, but they never did come back again.
So Lost Gardeners, thank you.